The other morning I was getting ready for work, and I remembered that I needed something for the Sunday school show I was going to film later that day. I just needed one piece of bread. See, the road record for eating one piece of bread is 9 seconds, and I was going to try and break that road record. I'll let you know later if I did or not. So, as I was running around the house, I made many mental notes to not forget the piece of bread. Simple. But then I suddenly remembered that I didn't feed the dogs that morning, so I went to go do that. My youngest son had an emergency. The tracks of his toy train got derailed, so I helped him with that. I quickly checked in on my daughter, who was reading in her room, and then we had a wonderful conversation about the Nancy Drew book that she was reading. My son Mark, he needed help getting his favorite cat inside the house, so I helped him with that. After all these things and saying goodbye to my family, I grabbed my lunch, my phone, my wallet, my keys, and I was out the door. Now, I was here at church for about an hour, and then it hit me. Like someone just pushed pause on my brain. I forgot the piece of bread. Even after I told myself many times not to, I still did. Does that ever happen to you? Where you make many mental notes to remember something and you still forget? Or even when you make physical notes to remember something and you still forget? It sure can be deflating and discouraging. It can really derail whatever momentum you have that day. You know what? Our minds, though, are constantly working, even when we try our best to slow them down, especially during this season that we are in. It seems that our minds are addicted to working overtime. It's important that we acknowledge that and make it a priority for our minds and thoughts to be healthy. The reason why I say that is the National Science Foundation published an article summarizing research on human thoughts per day. It was found that the average person could have up to 60,000 thoughts per day. That is a lot, considering there are only 1,440 minutes a day. The article also found that of those thousands of thoughts, 80% of those thoughts were negative or involved worry or anxiety. And 95% of those thoughts were thoughts that we think about more than just one day, meaning we have set the repeat button on thoughts that are not good for us. A Cornell University study found that 85% of what we worry about never happens. Our mind, which is so crucial to our mental and physical health, is exerting a lot of energy on things that are only causing stress and tension and exhaustion in our lives. How do we manage that? What do we do about that? How do we find calm in this crazy and chaotic world? See, I think the best way to battle the craziness in our minds is to simply just to be silent, to be still, to sit there and just breathe. I mean, breathing is really important for your body. And just to sit there and let the presence of God and the Holy Spirit work through us as we actively try to turn off the loudness in our brain. I think about the times Jesus went into solitude, where he excluded himself from people so he can be by himself. And I try to think about the reasons why he separated himself so that he can be alone. Here are some of the reasons. He went to be alone to prepare for a major task, or to recharge after hard work, to work through grief before making an important decision in a time of distress, or to just focus on prayer. And if you think about it, I think we are always in the middle of one of those reasons in our lives, meaning we probably should make it a priority to take time out of our day and be still, be silent, to pray, or just sitting there and letting the Holy Spirit work within us by inviting it to whatever space that we are in. It could be in your car, it could be in your office, it could be at your home, it could be anywhere. And the thing is, when we do this, not only are we going to be transformed by it, but the people around us will benefit from it as well. Go in peace. Go in love. Go in stillness. Go in silence.